Welcome to RnP Cricket Insights, our daily catch-up, and in fact, the last day of the second Test match between Sri Lanka versus England happened in Lord's cricket ground, and unfortunately, Sri Lanka is in the losing side yet again. With me also, Rakita is joining today as usual. So before going to Rakita, so I should highlight that this has been a great match as well as a great series so far for the young talent Gus Atkinson. He continues to have that love affair with the Lords, as well as he continues to have that dream summer, and in fact his maiden summer. So one match to go, both with the bat and ball. He has been a superb star, and he has completely bamboozled Sri Lankan attack in one side, and also he has bamboozled Sri Lankan batsmen as well. And at the same time, Joe Root, the great batsman, and in fact, probably one of the greatest as far as the English cricket is considered, is breaking records at its will at the moment. So no stopping at the moment, no answers at all as far as the Sri Lankan bowling is considered against him also. But we can't forget Asita Fernando, the lonely soldier. He has been trying all his tricks and he has achieved also, in fact. So he went to the honors board of Lords by bagging 5 wickets, and wonderful effort by him in the second innings as well. And at the same time, as far as the team wise, Sri Lankan middle order, and in fact, the Sri Lankan lower middle order and the low order has been doing everything with the ball and the bat. Why I'm saying that, Kamidu Mendis hit a wonderful 50 to take Sri Lanka at least to a considerable and respectable total. And then Milan Ratnayaka has been the star so far as far as the whole series is considered. I think somebody that Sri Lankan cricket should take care of with some enormous talent, even though he's not that exceptional, but he's generally an enormous talent that we should take care of. And at the same time, I think the other paces have been, I mean, particularly the Lahir Kumar, I mean, nothing to complain of him as well. So nothing to talk about our, the top order once again fails. And the special and the most highlighting fact is that, Sri Lanka is the most experienced team um, in this test match as well as the test series, but Sri Lanka are in the losing side at the moment. So Rakita, what are your thoughts? And I know that it's not that great feeling when we have lost a series, but I think we have one more game to go. So as far as the championship is considered, so I think we have to fight hard, and we have to win that one at least to keep our pride going. So yeah, Rakita. So any thoughts from your
Yeah,
end?
yeah. All in all, it's kind of a forgettable test match for us. So normally, when we played at Oval in last 30 years, we were unbeatable, and that's one record that has been broken today. So unluckily,
I mean,
uh,
loads,
we,
not.
we yeah, in Lords, and we couldn't perform as we expected, and it happened due to the toss in the first place, I think. So it's a controversial decision that the captain has took, but it was going well until that tea time of the first day. But from that point onwards, it's all been England's game. And the Gus Atkinson, as you highlighted, he's become third English player to take 5 wickets and score 100 in the same match. So earlier, Tony Craig and Sir Ian Botham has done that. I think Ian Botham has done it 5 times. And the Atkinson is the only third person, and he's still playing his first four matches. So that's a great achievement from youngsters. perspective. And then Chorut, as always, he's been he's having this knack of scoring huge when the opponent is Sri Lanka. So this is his seventh century against us and sixth century against us, and he has beaten so many records in this test match. Yes, first time he has scored twin centuries in a test match, and he has gone past Alistair Cook. So Alistair Cook and become the leading century scorer for England in Test cricket. And then he has joined with Sunil Gavaskar, Brian Lara, and Mahela Jayawardene and Yunis Khan to tally with 34 Test hundreds. And he's just 23 runs short of Kumar Sangakkara's total tally of Test runs at the moment, and 97 runs behind England to become England's highest Test scorer. So lots of things, and one highlighting point is he has taken 200 Test catches as well in the process. So when he took Pathum Nishanka's catch on the third day, so he has become the third player to take 200 Test catches. So it's a remarkable test for Root and Atkinson, and it's kind of a forgettable test match for Sri Lanka. No centuries scored, and only few half centuries scored by the middle order, but those are not enough for the to give even a close fight to England. We could have more 100 plus partnerships to at least to get closer to the target, but sadly it was not there, and I feel like the batsmen have there was some mentally issue came same since Sandy Atkinson came in the first day and played that counter attacking knock. So then the momentum was shifting to England's favor, and then again it is really hard to get back to the game from that point onwards after giving away a few early wickets. So that's all in all. I think we have few positives, but rather than the positives, I think negatives are high when compared with the first test. So I feel like we have to do some changes to the batting department, definitely.
Yeah, so I
From
think, yeah, exactly. So I
yeah,
think when it comes to, I mean, that point here, I was to ask from you. So I want to know clearly, what I mean, what sort of changes that we should make, before going to Oval, the
yeah,
next test towards the end of this week. So yeah, so let's highlight them first up. Yeah, Rakita.
yeah. I think Nishan Madhushkar's place in the team is now in doubt. So has not scored considerable runs for against any major country. So he has scored a double century against Ireland, but then there's no significant score to talk about. So definitely his place will be given to someone from Kusal Mendis or Sadir Samarekram. So we don't have any choice. I don't know which way the selectors would go, but uh, I think given the form of Sadira, kind of the Kusal Mendis has some edge over him, but given the wicketkeeper's point of view, I don't know whether Chandimal would love to give the wicket-keeping loss to Sadir if he comes to the team. And yet again, it's more towards Kusal Mendis at the moment, but it's not the ideal place to be as a Sri Lankan selector, since nobody, the reserve players don't have the scores to speak about. So I feel like that's one change we have to do. And from bowling department as well, we can stick to the main three pace bowlers because they have done their job. We can't say that they didn't do well. Only blemish is that they have Atkinson to score heavily. But that's a part and parcel of the game. But from Prabhat Jayasuriya's point of view, I feel like we are still using him as the defensive mode rather than an attacking perspective. So I feel like if we can attack a bit through spin at over, so at over we have fond memories like Murali took 16 wickets in 1998. But if we could exploit those conditions through a better spinner, so I think we have Mendis and Ramesh Mendis. Given the test experience, I would go for Ramesh Mendis, and he has better batting skill than Van der Sar. I feel like he would be one choice. And Van der Sar also would be kind of a uh, challenge. I mean, it's kind of a out of the box selection if we got selected, if he got selected. But I think selectors will rethink whether they want to drop a person who has taken 70 odd wickets in just 13 matches. Uh, so for a game. So it's a tough call to take from bowling perspective. So Prasad, what do you think? So not only this match, but next match plus the overall future of Sri Lanka Test cricket. So what are the changes you would like to have?
Yeah, I think I'll quickly highlight my thoughts in terms of the changes that we should or we are likely to do for the next test as well. So before answering you the other question, uh, I mean I am I'm with you. So with regards to the batting replacement, so Nishan Madhushka likely to be replaced by Kusal Mendis. From to me, I don't think that Sadir is in a prime form at all in any format of the game. Even though he was lucky enough to tour this, I mean, to be a part of this tour. So I think that that would be a change. And as far as the bowling is concerned, the spin bowling is concerned, I don't think. I mean, I know that you know how good Prabhat Jayasuriya is, and he's a world-class spinner when it comes to the left-arm orthodox. But the grip that he got here, as well as the variations that we saw here, are like very minimum because as I see, I think the things that he can do with the Duke ball here in these conditions is very minimum. Because if he can perform very well, or if he can show some attributes of him, then this load should have been the venue. Because I saw yesterday it was a very brownish track. It was a very slow track. It is quite similar to SSC track, or even I mean at times SSC. I mean, SSC looks a bit greeny, but this is a very brownish track, very slow. And unfortunately, cloud curve was there, but it is not an excuse yesterday. So he didn't get a big grip at all. So he got some wickets because England were going after the bowling because their ambition was something else. Because I mean there was no pressure at all for them, so that's why he took wickets. Otherwise, he didn't get much purchase. So I would go with um, you know. Uh, the leg spinner, Bandese, over Ramesh Mendis because Ramesh Mendis does turn a lot, but he doesn't have much variations. He doesn't have a straight one, he doesn't have an arm delivery, and he doesn't have a dusra at all. So this guy, I mean, Bandese has couple of deliveries. The not couple of three deliveries in fact straight googly and the leg spin. He can go for runs. But he can take some wickets at the same time as well. So he can provide that wicket taking ability for Sri Lanka from the spin bowl as well. So yeah, as far as the future of Test cricket is concerned, so the the contributions that we expected from Dimuth and Angelo were very high because they were the most experienced players Dimuth has been purely playing Test cricket for 14 years now. Even it's more than Joe Root, as I say. Yeah, more than Joe Root. And then you know, you know, I mean, we all know that what Angelo has done to cricket as well, and even Dimuth has been playing superb cricket, but I didn't see that caliber at all in Dimuth's batting. He was very tentative indeed. He was not showing his class at all. Even though the conditions was a bit tough yesterday. He was edging and he didn't use the crease at all. He was just staying on the crease. But in the other side, I think Angelo tried to do something. I mean, bowling. I mean, sorry, the batting away from the crease and those kind of things. But still, we didn't get that fluency from him, because today was the best batting day as far as the whole Test match is considered. Because 28 degrees, hardly any clouds, very flat track, very slow track. We had the old ball, not a new ball at all, but we didn't see any fluency, because we what we did need was a counter attack, which Chandimal had that intention. So I think I think we need to have a gamble with these two gentlemen, Dimuth and Angelo. If Sri Lanka can do some changes and do some experiments in goal, because if we give them a chance in goal, so they will pile some runs. There's no hesitation of that. But will it do a justice to our future of cricket? So and at the same time, I think we need to discuss, why we, keep playing in goal. So that is related to a different episode that you and I can discuss, but I'm not going to discuss on that. But so I think we can try out different players for those two, while we keep Chandimal and DDS as the two experienced players. So then I think other, players like Nuwani Fernando is there. And also we have highlighted two or three blokes up to now, who can challenge those slots, Dimuth and Angelos. So I think, yeah, Sri Lankan cricket should think of those, because I think this was a prime series both of the guys should have shown something for Sri Lankan cricket. One is 37 years of age, I think. The other one is 36. So, but we didn't see that, the experience at all. I mean, I'm not talking about the runs they scored, but I'm talking about the way they approached the innings. Dimuth was stuck into the crease, didn't see at all that he's trying to dominate these 23 or 24 years old bowlers. Came from nowhere to bowl to replace Anderson, Stuart Broad, and Leach. Those guys were not there at all. So these are very young newbies and very young attack of England cricket. But we didn't see any exposure, the experience to dominate them at all. Only I saw that one from Chandimar. So I always appreciate him in this Test cricket. I think he's one of the unsung heroes in Test cricket, and he has been overshadowed by Angelo Matthews. And also I saw that intent from DDS as well. And the other change that I would like to highlight is that, Kamidu should play ahead of DDS. At least he should play at number 6 to have some, batsmen underneath him. And then, he will not run out of partners. So that's one of the changes I would like to highlight.
Yeah,
And the
I
other one
think
is,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Prasad. On that, I feel like Kamidu is playing well at number 7 at the moment. So why should we change his position? So my point is, when you are playing at number 7, so you would definitely have to bat with the tail. So the attention of the bowlers will definitely go to the tail enders to pick their wickets. So then Kamidu can score freely at the other end. So when you moving up in the order, so that's real test for Kamidu then. So then the bowlers will attacking both to both the batsmen, and then he has to play his A game at that moment. So I feel like Kamidu has that advantage, and he played really well at different situations. And he had accompanied. He has some good partnerships with proper batsmen plus the tailenders. So I'm totally agree with that he can score big runs if he batted in the up in the order. But given the psychological aspect of this batting at lower down the order. So there it can play a part for his downfall if we quickly, I mean, if we fast forward early, move him up to a place like number 3 or 4. Number 6, I would expect that's fine, but then DDS has to bat at number 7, so it's too low for a batsman like DDS to bat at number 7. So feel like that's an unnecessary change that we have to do at the moment, because that place is uh, properly guaranteed, and we have no issue with that number 7. Just to facilitate the player, it is not good to keep his place here and there, as usually it does by our selectors. When a player is out of form, we are trying to we're not trying to replace the place to place replacement hit. I mean, if the number 3 batsman is not playing well, then he has to
Yeah.
be replaced by number 3
Yeah.
batsman, not by number 7.
Yeah,
That's
Rakhi.
my
I mean,
point,
point is
Kusal.
taken.
Yeah,
Point is taken. Yeah, but my point is that I'm not suggesting him to be promoted up in the order. So he should
yeah,
definitely bet after number 5. So what I'm saying is that at least he should bet at number 6. I don't think that it is not an injustice at all as far as himself is considered, as well as Sri Lankan cricket is considered. Why I'm saying that is that uh, overall wise also he's the best batsman at the minute against the moving ball or the older ball, with the way that he's middling the ball right from the word go, despite he's been targeted or not. And the other point is that he holds one of the top two averages all time in Sri Lankan first class cricket. So betting at number 6 wouldn't be a big issue as far as I'm concerned. But I'm with you fully, but I mean, if we are going to move him to the number 5 or 4, I don't like that one at all as well. So we should find proper batsmen to slot them in those positions. But I think he should bat at number 6 uh, to my liking. And then I think at the moment only DDS is the option to bet at number 7, because I think he didn't use his bowling skills at all in this series as well. Because DDS is a better bowler than Kamil Mendis, that we should all agree. By having that, the ability of or the skill of bowling with the both hands, doesn't mean that he has become a competitive bowler in this level. But DDS has proven that he's a competitive bowler, so I think he should have bowled regardless the left-handers were there. So then I think we should have done much better when we were running out of the bowlers also. So I think DDS should focus on that aspect as well, as as far as his the contribution is considered. So I don't think that batting at number 7 for him is an injustice. But by having the best player at the minute with the best form, letting him to bat one slot ahead wouldn't be an harm at all. I think it will be a good advantage for him as well as for the country. So then DDS has the liberty, when he arrives, maybe Kamil is there with him. So likewise, so that's my point. Otherwise, he should not be bet anything above number 6 at all. We should find better players to slot them. Then Kamil will be the anchor in the middle order for sure. But we should not allow him to bat with the tailenders. Injustice for the best batsman at the minute for the country. It will prevent him going for some records as well, because when somebody's in the prime form we should help him. If it doesn't work at number 6, then he can move it, but I don't think that with the form that will be a bit different for him at all. But let's see how it goes in the next series in goal, uh, where that Sri Lanka is going to play both the test matches against New Zealand. I think when they are going home, by the time the New Zealand should be there, right? So that's the plan as per the schedule as well. So yeah, back-to-back test series is for us. Um, yeah, Rakita. So those are the changes that I see at the moment we can do as far as the long-term test cricket is considered. So we should challenge Dimuth and Angelo. They should not feel that I mean they are always given the chance and they can play comfortable. They should have done a lot more as the most experienced guys. We didn't see that intent at all. I'm not talking about the runs, I'm saying again, but the way that they handle, I'm not, particularly impressed with Dimuth Karunaratne at all. So yeah. Um, Anything else that you need to highlight? I
Yes.
mean, those are the things
Yeah.
that I would like to highlight before we go to the World Test.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rakita.
yeah, yeah. I think from Dimut's and Angie's question, so dropping them for New Zealand tour, and later we have an actual New Zealand tour. In September they are touring Sri Lanka. So the thing is, Dimut is playing well against New Zealand normally. So he has in Sri Lanka he has a better record, and in New Zealand as well, comparatively, he has a better record than the other batsmen. And in England, anyway, his average is lower than 30. It's around 26. So it's in fact an area that was there. It's not a new to him. So I feel like it would be a brave call if they try to drop Dimuth or NG for New Zealand tours.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's the only thing.
Yeah, that's a
So
history, I think, but history didn't speak at all. Because if that is the case,
yeah,
then Angelo was a dominant player against England, uh,
yeah,
in
exactly.
England as well, but he didn't do at all today.
Yeah,
Because I was
exactly.
expecting much from him, and even
Yeah,
I mean, after those records, Dimuth came here and played for a county as well, but we didn't see those experience at all here either. So I so
yeah,
so with the new, I mean, newish bowling attack now in New Zealand also, I think, I mean, Dimuth will be challenged because I don't see Wagner will be there, but there are a couple of new guys, express guys in bowling up front. So let's see how it goes. So it's all up to the selectors. So these are our opinions and suggestions. So anyway, we have to take some hard decisions also if we want to, go down the line to, make some test cricket competitive cricket for all the fans, all the Sri Lankan fans, because at the moment in other countries who are ranked first two and three, I mean they are playing competitive Test cricket. We saw how the strategies are being used, how the small passages are being created, but we didn't see anything at all except yesterday's plan, which was a known plan normally. I mean, ball bounces, by setting six guys in the leg sides. Anyway, it worked because they were. I mean,
right.
England's intention was to hit runs. Otherwise, in a normal day, it won't work either. So I mean, likewise, we need to think of different angles when playing cricket. It's just not just
Yeah,
piling the runs. So we have to uh, come up with different strategies as well. So for those things, I think we need to find out some new fresh bloods as well. Yeah,
yeah.
Rakita.
My point is, Prasad. So, if we are to replace the mood, so who would be the best player at the moment to replace him? So, since that is a brave call, so
Hmm.
we have to have confidence of dropping a player like Dimuth, who has almost scored 7,000 test runs for Sri Lanka, and he is a dominating player in playing in
Yeah.
Sri Lanka in spin condition,
Yeah,
having
but I
11
think in
centuries.
India was brave enough to drop Pujara. Pujara was not getting any chance at the moment, even against England. In England, even though he has been playing in England, so likewise they took brave decisions when
But they had
somebody's
the
out.
replacements. Yeah, they had
Yeah,
the replacements. So do we have any
yeah, they
replacement?
created Gale. They created Gale, I think, by giving the chances. So likewise, I think Nuanithu Fernando would be a one choice, even though he's playing at the middle at the moment, because he has opened the innings in one-day cricket, in the white ball cricket as well. So he's one of the choices I see because he hit a good 70 or 90 odd against South Africa A in South Africa day before yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So he's one of the choices. Yeah, so he's
The
only
issue
one.
is then we don't have any left-handers betting at the top at the moment. If that happens, so if, likewise, then they will probably opted coming to play at the number three, then if that happens, I don't know
I,
what
d-
will
I,
happen, but
I don't think it's required because we didn't see any left-handers after Ben Duckett in England attack, but we were struggling to, get them out. I think that's a kind of a psychology. But if somebody is very strong enough to bowl continuously and take wickets, and at the same time, if somebody is strong enough to rotate the strike and play, so I think then, that is, I mean, that psychological factor is something that we should not worry about. Um, I mean, we saw that how we dominated over India in the previous series when they were trying to use that right hand left hand combination, but it's all about the you know mind, and then using those required skills together with the mind. So I think that's what cricket is all about, rather than sticking to a one single specific a kind of a norm. So we should not go at norms. If we are thinking that we have strengths and we know how to play cricket very well with some strategies, then I think left hand right hand would not be a big issue these days, as we see, because one of the best top ranked teams, right, currently England in test cricket, so they are not having that at all in their belt. So yeah, so let's see how it goes. I mean, we have to take some decisions anyway, because anyway, even though if they continue to play, so they can't play up until 40 unless they have very good form under their belt against good teams. I'm not talking about hundreds against Afghanistan, Ireland, and Bangladesh. I'm talking about hundreds for the country against good competitive teams in competitive conditions. We want that when we have the experienced players. But unfortunately, in this series, we didn't see that. Yeah, let's see how it goes, Rakita. Anything else you need to highlight before we wrap up today's session?
Not really, Prasad. So we have discussed many things, and let's see. I think we'll have to have a better outing in the next match to at least come uh, to a certain rank. Now, currently, we lied at number 7 in the
Hmm,
Test Championship, and England jumped up to number 4. And
yeah,
in the meantime, Bangladesh is threatening to going past even number 5 at the moment, since they are on the verge of their second consecutive test victory against Pakistan. So there's those are not good signs for Sri Lanka. So we have to play our A game in the next match and try to at least come up with the consolation win, if not a draw.
yeah,
So losing 3-0 will not be a good thing for the fight we have given in the first test match. So we'll
yeah,
hope for the best. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Prasad.
Yeah, as Sri Lankan fans, I mean, our moods are not good, and I mean, the way that they played and the way that they exhibited with the bat and ball are not very much impressed. Even though a couple of guys performed really well for the country. So let's hope, guys, yeah, they will come back and they will fight back and win the next Test match, which is a good hunting ground for Sri Lanka as far as the Test and one days are concerned. So let's see how it goes, guys. So thank you very much for listening to this podcast today as well. So we hope that we gave you some opinions, and then those will be further discussed later on in our next sessions as well. So thanks all again. Thanks for being with us. So we look forward to be with you again in our weekly catch up in a couple of days' time, right, Rakita? So yeah, till then, bye for now. Take care. Well,